Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Epic 7, and this one is another exciting one. This is one where I saw it last night and I'm like, I'm not going to make a video. There's no use making a video. It's going to show it in 24 hours. Why would I make a video? They don't want to watch it twice. Shouldn't make a video. And then I tried to go to sleep and I couldn't sleep because all I could think about was talking about these new things. And then I woke up today. I'm like, yeah, I have to do it. I just want to talk about it. It's been a while since we've actually got to talk about stuff like this in E7. So why not take some guesses and take a stab at what these might be and then see the reveal tonight and see how far off we got. For those of you who don't know, this new character that is going to be shown on their live stream, which is usually around 3 PST, 3 a.m. PST for me. And if you have not participated in any of these live streams, make sure, if you're awake, to be around on Discord, link description below or something like that if you want, because they give out surveys for free stuff. So you'll get a like 3 leaves, you'll get 300,000 gold as well, usually every time they do one of these streams. So make sure you fill that survey out. I'll post it on the Discord as well, and also make sure you're subscribed and you have the bell notification hit for the channel, because I checked my statistics and there's a lot of viewers that didn't hit that button. So if you want to help out, I don't usually say this at the start of the video. Maybe that's why the statistics are low. Anyways, let's talk about these units. So first off, we have beautiful roses have sharp thorns. And I was kind of wondering about this unit. A lot of people are theorizing it could be an SC specifically for Tierra. And also, where is it? Also, and kind of similar axe there. But I don't really think that's a thing that's going to happen, because they specifically said new unit, which makes me kind of feel like it's not going to be a specialty change. Like, I feel like if it was going to be a specialty change, they would mention that. What I'm expecting by the looks of this, let's go take a look one more time before we go into it. What I'm expecting is, I forget the name of the person, the cat-like person, very small, adorable little thing. I'm expecting kind of something like that has a wild side, like Clarissa is kind of what I'm expecting, just from their lines and the visuals here. Also, there's a tail. The other person that people are theorizing this to be is Tierra's SC. And if we take a look at Tierra here, or is it just Tierra? It's been so long, I kind of forgot. It is Tierra. Okay. Her axe is kind of similar as well. If we take a look at, do we have a better visual here? I guess we can just go to, where do we even go for that now? I guess preview stats. Nope. I guess preview skills. I guess that's where we have to go. So if we take a look at her axe there, and then we go back to the browser here, kind of similar, but not really. I really don't think that's what it's going to be, but a lot of people are theorizing that might be what it is. And again, she does have that adorable tail as well, but I think it's just a coincidence. I think it's just a coincidence. Anyways, that's that for the character. We'll see that tonight. I think it's going to be like just some adorable little, absolutely bonkers yandere style character that's just gonna kill everybody but be super happy about it. That's what I think that's gonna be. But also, we're getting 2 new two new exclusive equipments finally. It took forever. There might be more than this. Just doing 2 seems kind of weird, and from what we can see from the pictures in the back there, it's hard to see on the screen, but it's gonna be Luluca and Vivian. So I'm really curious what you folks think it's going to be. Comments down below, let me know what you think. But this is what I think, specifically for Luluca. When I look at exclusive equipments, if they're done right, they add variation to the character where they're not exactly done the best, or where they have a little bit of trouble. For example, with Luluca, there's a couple problems with her kit. Number 1 is her skill 1 decrease isn't really consistent enough. Consistency is really important for defense break, and it's definitely not consistent enough. Another one is her skill 2. A lot of the places where you do use Luluca, you don't want to use her skill 2 because you don't need defenses, you just want offense. But at the same time, you can't turn her skills off, because then you lose Wave of Vengeance, which is another chance of defense break, and also an increase to attack. So when I attack her EE to try to make her more useful in different places, I want to do a couple things. One, I want to make her defense break more consistent. 2, I want to make her skill to what's the word? Her skill to useful, I guess, in all situations, especially as an offensive caster. Like, it's okay as a defensive caster to have your skill 2 not exactly be great all the time, but as an offensive caster, I think it needs to be a little more useful. And number 3, I want to do something unique with their skill 3 because it's something that not everybody does, the scaling 3 times to the caster's attack. So what I do is this. These are just my guesses right now. 1, obviously, this is just a shoo-in. Increase the defense down rate on her skill 1. What this will do is make her more consistent in Wyvern. It'll allow you to have that very, very, very hiccups consistent skill 1, similar to like a Terran or Guard style as well if you want to do that, but it will do more damage than GG. For number 2, I would like to have an additional offensive buff on this one. So that's attack, that's crit rate, that's speed. Something similar to that. Some other people have suggested something like combat readiness, but I feel like tacking combat readiness on everybody just doesn't feel as great. So that's why I'm thinking like an attack buff or something. They may give her a heal as well to make her defensive more useful when you want a defensive ability. And for skill 3, I really hope they increase the amount that this can stack just for uniqueness sake. So I'm not sure how good it will be exactly. Maybe it'll be good for long-term stuff like Labyrinth and stuff like that, but I just want to see something super unique like this because it gives flavor to the character, and I think that's the thing exclusives should be doing a lot of times, is make people a little bit unique. Next up, we have the Vivian. Vivian, somebody I've never really used, but I've seen it used to great effect recently, especially in RTA and Guild Wars lately as well. So her skill 1 here has combat readiness increase. Her skill 2 here has the AoE damage with another winding AoE damage thing after if you get a bamboozle kill. I don't know. If you get a bamboozle kill, what the hell's wrong with you, Mango? And then her skill 3 here. You can tell I didn't sleep, and I'm just so excited to talk that I can't even get my thoughts out. Her skill 3, immunity, greater attack, and stuff like that on this one here, and then attack for everybody else. So she's a little bit harder for me to figure out how to use her because I haven't actively used her as much, and I feel like she's harder to fit a specific role. Maybe not a specific role. She's harder to fit an overall role on your team. So obviously something lazy, in quotes if you want to call it that, like increasing her CR on hits to 20% might be great. That might be a good addition. Another one here would be granting CR to mana amplification. This will make it so she has an insane buffer at the start. It'll also make it so she buffs combat readiness, does all the things. It'll be pretty bonkers like that, giving her like 20% CR even. Another one too, I think, is lowering the cooldown to this to 4 turns, so she has perma-ish immunity up like that as well. I don't know how they would change Thunder God's Cry. Like, I understand this is one of her staples where not many people have that huge, like, continuous AoE like this. I guess Vildred and maybe some other people. But I can't see, like, what they can change on this to make it into a EE. Like, obviously, they could make this go more than 3 times, but, like, that really matters. It's not a thing that ever comes into play. They could give her... No, I don't even know what this could do, like, unless they changed it completely. I have no idea. I don't think it's going to be a Thunder God's Cry one here, unless it's just like a flat increased damage dealt, kind of like their Soul Burn here. So I definitely think it's going to be focused on mana amplification and a vitality drain, at least one in a vitality drain. Other people have been saying as well, if you've been reading the Reddits and the Discords, other people have been saying they want a defense break on Vivian, but I think that would just not feel the greatest. Like, just throwing defense break on all the units just to have defense break seems like something I wouldn't like to do, you know? Like, I feel like that's another, like, lazy design, so maybe we'll get it. But yeah, that's what I'm expecting for her. I expect -1 turn cooldown here. I do expect some sort of additional buff with this one to make it more of a buff skill. And I expect something with her skill 1. But yeah, those are my 3 guesses for these units here, and I hope I'm at least half right. For me personally, if we see the Luluca here, I would really like an offensive buff on her skill 2. I love Luluca. She's one of my favorite units design-wise, and I think a lot of people's favorite units design-wise. So having a major, I guess you can call it a flaw, having a major flaw on the character where you don't want to turn her skills on because using skill 2 is just not something you want to do a lot of times. I feel like that's a big problem, and I would love if they fix that. And that's one of the biggest problems with defensive casters that have offensive skills, or offensive casters that have defensive skills. It's hard to mix those skills together without making them a little too heavy on one side, if that makes any sense the way I said that. So here's hoping Luluca gets some love. Also, where's my Araminta love? Can we get some love for Araminta? I mean, come on, she's here forever. But it's okay, Smilegate. I'll be okay if you don't give me an EE for Araminta, and instead you just give me like the squirt gun one, because that would be pretty sweet too. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. As always, it helps out so much, and I will talk to you folks later. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.